What up, though? Welcome back to the Big Factory 313. And I'm your host, Juice. And I got my man back with me, MC. And me and MC was having a little kicking, and I was telling him about some things that I had ran across. It's Ramadan time, so I'm gonna have to have a different approach during these next 30 days. So we gonna read facts. So what I did, I went some people sent me the paperwork because it'd be a lot of people in the comments. And Truth Serum is one of the guys in the comments, and he was saying finish this case, tell the whole case, don't be biased. So I can't be biased. And like I say, it's Ramadan time, so we go keep it clean. We go through the facts. So what I came across some individuals sent me. MC, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For sure.
You can say something to the supporters and our followers and our viewers, because
Well, what up, city and what up, city and world? And what we trying to do? We trying to expose the counterfeit heroes. Like, for example, I got a couple street legend heroes that I idolize coming up. I'm 68 years old. I jumped off the porch at 13, 14 years old. So I've been idolizing certain people, certain characters for 50 something years. And that's a long time to be putting a nigga on a pedestal that just might not belong there.
Okay.
See, his credentials read one way, but his characteristics read another, and that's a mismatch. In other words, that's a fake. That's a fake ass nigga. That's a fugazi. We don't deal with that, no matter who that is.
That's
You know,
right.
it's really time to pull the covers back and have these fake niggas, these pretenders, to be one way and they really land another. You're really working for the government, exposed, because you have people like me. You understand? We all have options in life. Some choose Ford, some choose Mac Avenue. I chose Mac Avenue. You see, and in the course of me choosing Mac Avenue, I try to follow the footsteps of the foundation that was laid before me by other players. You see, and that's who I try to pay homage to, because you have all types of marriages, and we have a marriage to this shit called gang, to the street. And I ain't never divorced my marriage to the street, and I refuse to let a motherfucker stand at the table that has violated the marriage contract.
That's right. And so we want the youngsters that are choosing the Mac Avenue to know what they really getting themselves into, who they dealing with for
That's right.
real, not who they think they dealing with. We're gonna let them know who they dealing with from back then to present time. You feel me?
Well, that's right, because definitely, see, the past make the present.
That's right.
You got to know where you've been to know where you're going, and you got to know where you've been to know where you're going, to know where you at.
Okay.
Correct. You got to know where you at to have an idea which direction you want to go in. That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
You said it clear.
But again,
go ahead. Go ahead.
we
Finish.
need that past found. That's our building block. We build from what we know of the past to bring to the present to try to brighten our future. But we don't need to be misguided by these motherfuckers out here faking, acting like they laying one way, and then truth be told, they put more handcuffs on the motherfucker than the ninth precinct.
You feel me?
You see?
So, and we want to let them know what brought us to this conversation, because I received some legal documents. You know what I'm saying? Referring to attorney Tim Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And in Tim Crawford's case, you got Clifford Jones and you got Erie Adams. So I was telling MC what I had came across with this Tim Crawford's hookup that somebody wanted me to read to the public, bring it forth, and MC wasn't believing it. What you had to say about when I was saying Cliff Jones and the lawyer's paperwork?
I was saying that cannot be true because Cliff Jones is one of my role models that I had idolized, and this supposed to be a stand-up guy. But referring to that paperwork says he's not a stand-up guy. And if he don't have nothing to show that he has sued the federal government for slander, for misrepresentation of his name, then that paperwork is official. And that means, Cliff, you a lie, not the paperwork. but you represent the lie. You live in a double life, bro. You understand? You connected and affiliated with street players, and your name should carry in a whole bunch of motherfuckers' heart, especially some of the people I was fucking with. But maybe it should carry in their heart for the wrong reason. They look at you as a beast. They should have been looking at you as an informant.
Well, let me read that hand because see, people go argue. So I'm not, this ain't nothing I'm saying. This ain't nothing what MC saying. This is, you could look it up yourself, and this is in the paperwork. It says the evidence at trial included the following. In the mid 1980s, Clifford Jones met Crawford, who indicated that he was a source of supply for drugs. On two or three occasions, Jones purchased between 1 and 2 ounces of heroin from Crawford at a price of approximately 7,000 to 7,500 per ounce. The purchases were arranged in advance and communicated at Crawford's home. Jones then broke down and resold the heroin on the streets as powder. Okay. Then it says Jones testified. This is in court records. Jones testified that Norman Montgomery, we go pull his paperwork up. Norman Montgomery also purchased ounces of heroin from Crawford and resold the heroin on the streets in powder form. Meeting at Crawford's office either in late January or on February 18, 1993. Okay, we going back. A second meeting occurred. Clifford and Lester Jones, Emmanuel Adams, and Crawford were present. At this meeting, Emmanuel Adams, which is Erie Adams' brother, provided $7,000 to Cliff Jones in Crawford's office for the purpose of carrying out the hit on McClendon. At Crawford's request, Jones gave $1,000 of the 7,000 to Crawford, and Crawford agreed to replace it later. Okay, so he gave the lawyer $1,000 off the 7,000 of the
Mm.
hit. They getting the $7,000 for a hit. You feel me? Okay. So Crawford drank champagne with or in the presence of Jones and Emmanuel Adams and showed them around his office that day. Okay, now you got, and I got to give shout out to Butch Jones. He sent this paperwork, not the Butch Jones and YBI either. Um, D. Clifford Jones testified that before he left Crawford's office that day, they say Clifford Jones testified that before he left Crawford's office that day, Crawford told him and Lester Jones that he had Carter to take care of one end and he wanted them to take care of the other end, which Jones took to mean, so he explained this to the this he, him explaining this to the Fed, which Jones took to mean that Carter was locating McClendon and he and Lester were to complete the murder. Timothy Crawford, this is what it say. Timothy Crawford knew Cliff was telling, but government denied it. This is motion. This is appeal. This Crawford's appeal. Moreover, Crawford's claim that the government purposely delayed proceeding to trial in order to gain tactical evidence in connection with securing the testimony of Clifford Jones. So this is a thing. How would they? I'm lost here. You saying you got an attorney, so evidently Crawford had to go through school and all that. He had to kind of be a law-abiding citizen. He ain't really probably got no record. But you got a drug lord and allegedly a hitman, and y'all taking they taking their testimony over attorney. So what else could he been given? Because we see he's through Jerry Montgomery in there. I'm just wondering how Crawford ended up like this, and he was the lawyer, and the prosecutor rather had the lawyer than the drug dealer and the hitman. You feel me? So,
And that's a hell of a thing because as you were reading a couple of times, you used the word testify. And when
right.
you testify in two places. You testify in court and in church. Them the only two places I know where that word is prominent and relevant. For testifying.
Well, I'm
You
not adding to
confessing
this.
something in court.
Mm-hmm.
See, so let's break down what this word means, testify. You're confessing something in a court of law, or you testifying about your religious experience in church. You see, but all of it means confess to something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what testify means, confess. So that means that to me, in broken down English or plain English,
Mm-hmm.
Clifford Jones, you testified against this guy Crawford, which was an attorney, that you set him up to free you. Whatever testimonies you made, bro, yes, then you violated this thing we call a street oath. You see, because to testify is to tell something, and that's something we don't do up under no circumstances. Again, I've been married to this shit for 54 years, and I did my motherfucking time, and I had more visits in the federal government than I had from my wife at this particular time. You see, and they asked me, did that Denzel Washington bullshit, did I want to go home or did I want to stay in prison? And if I want to go home, you understand, on my very first interview, I think we had this conversation. If I wanted to go home, I had to tell them where I was getting the product from. I told them motherfuckers I was getting it from the side of the garbage can. I go empty my garbage, a bag of rocks there. I take the bag of rocks and put half the money there the next day. And they made me do it every day with that slick ass steak. Can you say the same thing, Clifford Jones? How much did you do?
You feel me? Oh, we get the let me we go give them a little more. We got I don't know how much time you got. How much time you got, MC? You want to give them just a little more?
Yeah, let's give them a little more, bro, because I listen. I'm married to this shit called game. I respect it. I appreciate it. And I've had a few blessings in it. You
Mm-hmm.
see, and I refuse to let a motherfucker stand up in this marriage. You understand? That's not right.
That's
You
right.
see, I refuse to let a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what your reputation's supposed to be. Your motherfucking fact is you's a rat, bitch, snake. See, that's what you are.
Right.
That's what you are, plain and simple. So where we want to go from that, nigga, your credibility is over with. And every time I get a chance to speak on you, bruh, I'm gonna discredit your credibility because you don't deserve those accolades of being a real nigga. You're fake, bruh. You're a fake ass nigga, and you create problems for real niggas. You in the motherfucking way, and bitch ass nigga, you been in the way.
Mm-hmm. And see, this
How
just
the
the
fuck is
scratches the
you thorough
surface.
and you telling on people? How the fuck could you possibly be a thorough nigga and you making deals with the government for the next nigga? You playing motherfucking let's make a deal, Bob Barker, with the next nigga freedom because you can't stand up as a motherfucking man. You see?
And see, the thing is, you don't want these youngins to follow thinking he's solid, and they let him mislead them into the dunya. You feel me?
Yes.
Let me get
I'm
shout
gonna
outs
tell
to
you.
J Love, D Bill, and McKay's Junk. Hey, I'm glad y'all here too, man. Thank y'all, man. And I love y'all support, but I got a whole lot of stuff for y'all. And thank you, MC, for coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna add something real quick, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is through Supreme McGriff and them team, the Supreme team up in New York. Them boys had a rat on the squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was exposed that them boys had a rat on the squad. The nigga that killed the rat wasn't even affiliated with the rat. He just heard this nigga was a rat, and he popped him in the back of the motherfucking head.
See what I'm saying?
Not that he did something to him directly, because he never did. That would be a lie. The man killed this nigga because he heard, and it was verified that he was a rat, and all rats need to go.
You feel me? Now, with that being said,
Rats supposed to be
go ahead.
rats supposed to be exterminated. Why do you call extermination? To kill what? Rodents, rats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we can move forward, bro. I just was emotional a little bit. I
No,
said, I'm
that's
married
what.
to this
Take your time. I got you. Okay, we
kid.
give them just a little more. It say at trial. So this went to trial. At trial, the government established a buyer-seller relationship between. Let me say it again. At trial, the government established a buyer-seller relationship between Crawford and Clifford Jones, largely based on Jones's testimony. I ain't saying that this the paperwork. Y'all could go research. See, y'all can research this yourself, but I'm gonna do it for y'all during this time because, like I say, it's Ramadan time, so I got to come a different approach. I got to tell y'all the truth. I can't give y'all my personal feelings. So, as again, it says at trial, the government established a buyer-seller relationship between Crawford and Clifford Jones, largely based on Jones's testimony. The government also established that the conspiracy to murder McClendon was in part to perpetuate, however you say that word,
Perpetuated.
yeah, the drug conspiracy, and that Crawford participated in this second conspiracy. So they implicated Crawford in the murder. They implicated him in the dope case, and they implicated him in a plot to kill the informant. Okay,
Yeah.
the government violated disciplinary rule 7-104 by contacting Crawford's client, Erie to procure this cooperation. DR 7-104. That's what it is. 7-104 states in print, print part during the course of this representation of a client, a lawyer shall not communicate on the subject of the representation with a party he knows to be represented by a lawyer in that matter, unless he has the prior consent of the lawyer representing such other party or is authorized by law to do so. So the lawyer was saying is um the Fed sick the lawyer somebody on Erie to come to corroborate a deal for him to tell that the lawyer was involved with this murder. So the lawyer was saying they wasn't even supposed to um present Erie with the
Proposition.
proposition. You feel me? Yes, exactly. Present him with the proposition. So it say soon after he was retained, Crawford met with Adams at the Wayne County Jail on several occasions. On more than one of these occasions, Crawford explained that the government had only one witness against Adams, the snitch. Joint Appendix JA, all that 4432-33. Okay. It say Adams took this to mean that if the government did not have McClendon to testify against him, they had nothing. So Adams testified. Now the Adams telling. Adams testified that he and Crawford discussed getting rid of McClendon and that Adams, but not Crawford, spoke specifically about killing McClendon. So he did tell the truth. He said he's talked about killing him, not the lawyer. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Crawford's belief is client was illegally contacted by government to cooperate, violating a module rule 4-2 or disciplinary rule 7-104. You see what I'm saying? Oh, it's getting nasty. We go end it right there because we went a little over. But y'all stay
Well,
tuned. Me and MC go be back. What you was about to say, MC? Go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off.
well, and I just want to make sure that the listening audience was paying attention, because when you be paying attention, you would keep hearing the fact that who set this domino effect in effect was Clifford Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Who created this domino downfall effect for that squad, the first motherfucker who you read that testified cooperating with the government was Clifford Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Then Erie brother got in on the bandwagon, so he's a right ass nigga too. But seemed like you set the trend, Cliff. Motherfuckers start following your lead.
And listen, we just scratched the surface, dog. Erie after this, it's more to them telling. We go stop right here, but we about to get back into it. Give us a couple hours and we go be back, y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I want y'all to hit that like button and subscribe. We back and we gonna be on here every day. I'm gonna be back at least once a day, y'all. And I got this gonna be to continue. So y'all be on the lookout for later on today. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up where y'all could be prepared, but it's gonna be before the night's over with. Um, we'll be back live and we go finish up this indictment. Y'all go get this not from my mouth. Y'all go get I done pulled up. They just sent me. I didn't even have to pull it up. A few of the followers, and I like to thank all the supporters. I ain't gonna say all y'all name because I don't know if y'all want y'all name mentioned. If y'all do, y'all let me know. Well, thank y'all for sending all this these paperworks and directing me to certain paperwork so that I have some content to elaborate on it besides my feeling or MC feelings. You know what I'm saying? And this is not to condone or expose nobody. This is to let the young guys that is messing around in the streets, like this what you go expect out the streets. It ain't all glitz and glamour, you know what I'm saying? So you go hear how it went down far as our opinion about the streets or what we know about certain players and certain incidents, as well as when it went to the courts, if they did go make it to court, what actually happened in the courts. Y'all be leaving that part out and y'all be glorifying the wrong people, you feel me? And they ain't wearing the suits that y'all applying them in, you feel me? Anything you want to say before we close out, MC?
Yeah, I think you really just broke it down that you got to keep your grass cut low because beware of snakes, and some of them might be in your own backyard.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So this game do have some glamour to it, but also have a little pain, and it's definitely gonna open your eyes up to a lot of shit that you might not realize. So young people, again, if you jumping off the porch into this here, this is kind of like to make you aware that there is some pitfalls, along the way. And the pitfalls might not be as far away as you think. The pitfall might be the nigga standing next to you.
And don't always think it's the little man or it's the dope fiends. Sometimes you see, as we read, it's the boss and the second in command. So with that,
Amen.
you feel me? So with that being said, we go close for now. We'll be back around 10 or 11. I'm gonna let y'all know exactly. I'm gonna post it again. But we gonna finish this today. We gonna keep going into this today. I'm gonna give y'all a little at a time, but it's so much I gotta go through. And I got so many other guests that's coming along to finish something because all this tied together. Y'all go see the game is so small, it all tied together, all the players. So we out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Tune back in. I appreciate my loyal supporters and followers, even the haters. I love y'all. Stay tuned for more to come, and it's gonna be the real. It ain't gonna be my personal opinion. And I commend everybody that's participating in Ramadan. I wish y'all a safe and a successful Ramadan. And we out. All right, MC, we out.
All right, good brother.
Appreciate you.
Talk to you tonight.
All right, you hit me later on.
Will do, bro. I hit you about